You've been here before. That place where everything you worked for collapses. Where the dream you've been chasing suddenly feels like a joke. Where you look in the mirror and ask, was it all for nothing? Maybe this is where my story ends. That thought, that terrifying, suffocating thought. You've had it. I've had it. Every great person who ever walked this earth has stood exactly where you're standing right now. And that's exactly where this video begins. They lied to you. Society, social media, every highlight reel you've ever scrolled. They showed you the victory lap, but cut the footage of the collapse that came before it. Nobody shows you J.K. Rowling, rejected 12 times, writing in a cafe because she couldn't afford heat. Nobody shows you Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team, crying in his mother's arms. The darkest chapter is not the end, it is the turning point. History doesn't remember the people who quit when it got hard. History remembers the ones who decided, even when they had nothing left, to take one more step. The question is, will you be one of them? Hopelessness is not a fact. It is a feeling, and feelings, no matter how real they seem, are not permanent. When you feel like giving up, your brain is not giving you the truth. It is giving you exhaustion dressed up as wisdom. It is giving you fear wearing the mask of logic. You are not weak, you are tired. There is a difference. Weakness is a character, tired is a condition, and conditions change. The problem is, when you're in the middle of the storm, every voice inside you says, stop, it's over, you don't have what it takes. But let me ask you something. Has there ever been a storm that did not end? Has there ever been a night that did not eventually surrender to the morning? No, there hasn't, not once in the history of this world. Right now, in this moment, you have something that most people overlook, something that cannot be taken from you, something that has never left you, even when you thought it had. You still have a choice. Not the choice to have a perfect life, not the choice to undo what happened, but the choice of what you do with the next 5 minutes, the next hour, the next day. That choice is yours. It has always been yours. You think the people who changed the world were fearless? They weren't. They were terrified. They were broken. Some of them had lost everything, their money, their reputation, the people they loved, and still they moved. Not because they were confident, not because they had a plan, but because somewhere deep inside them, even after everything was stripped away, a single flame refused to die. That flame is called will, and yours is still burning. I know it is, because you're still here, you're still watching, you're still searching for a reason to keep going. That is not giving up. That is the most courageous thing a human being can do. In 1519, a Spanish commander named Hernán Cortés landed on the shores of Mexico with 600 soldiers. Their mission was nearly impossible. The enemy was vast. The terrain was brutal. Many of his men already wanted to turn back. Cortés looked at his fleet, the only way back to safety, and gave the most radical order in military history. Burn the ships. Every vessel gone, reduced to ash. When there is no retreat, the only direction left is forward. Now, I'm not telling you to destroy what you've built, but I am telling you this. Sometimes the greatest thing that can happen to a person is to lose the option to quit. Because when quitting is off the table, something extraordinary wakes up inside you, something that was asleep, something that your comfort had been quietly suffocating all along. Desperation becomes direction, pain becomes fuel, and the very thing that felt like your ending becomes your ignition. I don't want to just inspire you for 10 minutes. I want to change something in you permanently. So let me be direct. Stop waiting to feel ready. You will never feel ready. Readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. Stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 30. You are not behind. You are on your own timeline, and your timeline is not broken. Take one step, not a leap, not a plan, one step. Send that message, make that call, open that document, go to that gym. Do one thing, just one, that moves you in the direction of the life you want. Because momentum doesn't start with a giant leap. It starts with a single, almost invisible, trembling first step taken by someone who was scared and did it anyway. That someone can be you, today, right now. Before this video ends, I want you to do something. Not for me, for you, I want you to make a promise. Not to fix everything overnight, not to never fail again, but to make one simple vow. I will not let this be the end of my story. That's it. That's the whole promise. The rest, the plan, the path, the progress, all of it comes from that one decision. You have been through things that would have destroyed people who were less strong than you. The fact that you are still standing, still breathing, still willing to fight, is not an accident. You were built for this, not in spite of the hardship, but because of it. The comeback always starts when all hope is lost, and yours starts right now.